4 minutes before the hour, we're welcomed by Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl in our studio this morning. Mayor, it's a beautiful day, the second full day of spring.
Absolutely. It's going to be up to about the mid-70s today, and that's going to be great.
Yeah.
I want to get my fingers in the soil and get them tomato plants and cucumbers and all them other things, peppers coming up.
Well, you better have a hood on or something, because that pollen, is flying
pollen,
everywhere.
And my pool out there is green. It's just covered. Same thing with the car. I had a dark car, and now it's green.
Yeah. So since the last time we talked, Mayor had some a physical episode he had to take care of. And give us an update on that.
Well, it was just two bypasses. They opened up my chest, and they went in there, and Dr. Davies.
Did they find a heart?
That was the biggest problem they had. It was supposed to take 3 hours. He said it took 6 because it took a while to find the heart, But anyway, he found something else in there, which he corrected, which I appreciate. Now it's all healed back together, and they wired me back together. He told me probably about the 1st of May I can go back to playing golf.
Feel good?
Yeah, feel great. And I got more oxygen going to my brain. It helped a little bit.
Hey, we need all the help we can get, don't we?
I'll take anything I can get. Yeah.
So, big meeting here in Sylacauga with the council Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. We started at 4 o'clock and brought in all the department heads, and we laid out everything to the council, all our income, all our debts, and everything else, and showed it to them. Every department head came before the council explaining exactly why they needed what they needed. And they got everything they wanted. They did table something for the fire department, which they felt like they need to look at a little bit farther, and one item for the animal shelter, which was software, which they want to look at a little bit deeper. But as far as that, everybody got everything back what they had. Some got just a little bit more.
So talk about some of the highlights of maybe just start with the police department.
Well, the police departments, they're in great shape, and we're working on getting some other things for them as well. They need police cars and all. We're looking at some kind of electronic machines for they're still doing their old ink and pad fingerprints. Mm-hmm. Now they got new technology now, a machine that will do it a lot quicker and easier and keep better records, so we're looking at getting something like that for them. They're in great shape, they are. We still are needing a couple more.
So maybe getting 3 or 4 new cars, maybe?
Well, possibly 4. We don't know yet. We're still working on that.
Yeah.
We're applied for them. That's what we've done. We applied for them, and hopefully we'll get them.
But the many miles that they put on those cars, I mean, they wear out in a hurry.
Well, I'd like to get to the point where the police officers can take their cars home with them, and that way they'd be more visible to the public, and they'll be watching, and they'll take better care of them. Right now, you had an incident where, well, I came in here, this thing was all busted up. And he said, well, you didn't do it? No, I didn't do it. That's what it was like when I got in it. Well, who had it last one? Well, I don't know. It wasn't like that when I turned it in. I think they'll take a lot better care of their vehicles, and it'll cut down a lot on maintenance, because when you got something that you're responsible for, you're going to take care of it.
You, in the last 2 months, month and a half, you've really started to feel like this city is turning a way that you're comfortable with.
It is now, yes, sir. I mean, I'm just tickled to death the way the work, the communications we got with the new president of the council, and we've gone through 4 presidents in the past 3 years, and
that's a little unusual.
It is completely and totally unusual. It's never happened before, but sometimes that's what it takes. You don't know. But our finances, thank goodness to our new city clerk and finance.
Heard a lot about her.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she got associates, 2 masters, and 2 bachelor's degree, all in accounting and business. And she's the one that really brought all these 38 accounts and brought them back into about 26. Now we're making money on our monies through CDs. One thing that bothers me now, which I heard yesterday, which is kind of scary, that the government's looking at cutting rates. So they mentioned it. I haven't got into depth, what it is, but right now we're making 5.2, 5.3% on our CDs.
That's pretty good.
Yes, it is. When you talk about millions of dollars that we got into different CDs, that's pretty good. And these are on 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, it takes a team.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't have, it's like in your home. You can't have 2 or 3 pulling one way and another pulling another way and another not pulling at all. It's got to be a team concept for the betterment of our city, the constituents who put y'all in office.
Well, that's the truth. We need to be here for them. You got an executive and legislative in our city because we are two different things because we're over 12,000. Anything under 12,000, the mayor sits with the council. But this way, they separate. They got the legislative issue. We need to take our executive issues from all our department heads and other things that we are doing and bring it to the council and explain it to them and let them decide, yes, we can do this, or no, we cannot. One thing is going to happen from now on. If it cannot happen, that city clerk's going to say, we do not have the revenue for this at this time. Or either that, say, you can go ahead and approve it and put it on the 2025 budget, if you want to do that. But right now, you know, it's, she watches those things like pennies. I mean, like I said, she's done a wonderful job. She's got a wonderful staff. She hasn't got but 4 people there to help her, and she's supposed to have about 8. She has interviewed 1 person. They'll be bringing her on in probably this next week after she finishes her term with her present employer. And we are advertising for an animal control officer. We need an animal control officer bad. So anybody out there that has any concern or interest in controlling animals and helping animals and help us get them off the streets, and we need somebody to do that. You got your own truck, you'll come under the animal shelter now. You will not come under the police department. You'll come under the animal shelter.
And that's the difference.
Yeah, there's a difference. You can you can't give any tickets or anything else, but you can give warnings, you know, to people hanging on their door that you've been there. But we need them bad. And also, there's a couple other things we're working on in the future.
While you were in the hospital,
I went in on the 8th.
there was some turmoil in our city government.
Yeah, we don't want to go there, Jimmy.
I just want to ask one question.
Okay.
And you were hospitalized at that time, and there was conversations of a warrant for your arrest. If I read that correctly, where is that now?
Well, there was a police report filed on 3 people, me, Ashton Fowler, and Alexander Lambert.
Okay.
That is all I know right now. We obtained a lawyer, and it's all in his hands.
Okay.
That hasn't gone any far. We haven't been arrested or anything else. We just, a police report was filed on us.
Yeah, okay. The city is doing well. You know, a lot of the stores are sprucing up downtown, you know, and it's springtime. You got baseball going on. You got soccer going on. It's good. And are you playing that, not tennis, but that?
Oh, pickleball.
You playing that pickleball?
No, I haven't. I'm not physically able to play golf yet. You got to give me a little while, son. but anyway, yeah, I mean, the committees are doing what the chamber's doing, what the Parks and Rec is doing, what the Beautification Council is doing. I mean, it's great.
Marble Festival coming up?
Coming up between the 2nd, after the 2nd of April.
Yeah.
We'll have a female sculptor coming from Pietrasanta, Italy this year. That's going to be great. And she's about 30-something years old, I understand.
Can you pronounce her name?
Absolutely not.
Hey, the wharf, that kind of slowed down out there a little bit.
Well, they had to, as it was a little bit more swampier than they anticipated. And they're going to open up. He swore, we met with him last week, and he will open up, but it'll probably be November, December this year. He needs some help with this. And, but he does have a water issue there, and we really need to look. It's always been an issue out there for years because it's so flat, you know, we haven't got that much drainage, and it's always been a problem.
I've eaten at the one in Alexander City twice. It's great.
Well, that's what he says. The Sylacaugans are coming down there to eat. They're even going down there toward Montgomery and eating at one down there, and he said we got to come to Sylacauga. And I said, well, we're sure going to do everything we possibly can. Of course, it depends on the council. Do everything we possibly can to get them here.
The garbage company that we had a contract with, raising their rates, and the city, I think, absorbed that, didn't they?
Well, they did, but now the first rate was for landfill. They had, GFI did not have anything to do with that, but then they had to go up a little bit, and the city did absorb the second one.
How much is that?
It wasn't just a 3% increase on everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And we got all that covered for it, and it was only fair to the people, you know. Can't put so much on people, you know. and we've had the revenue to take care of it. And that's another thing that Alex said, yes, you can absorb it, we got the revenue to cover it. So we know ahead of time. It's not somebody out there say, well, we need to find the money. We don't have to find the money. We know where it's all at now.
Police chief retiring in a few weeks.
He is, and we're looking for an interim police chief for Rondell Muse.
What is the process of selecting a new chief?
It'll be up to the council. They'll advertise for it, and they'll interview them and all that stuff. Okay. That is an appointment, permanent appointment by the council. I'll be able to use the interim for a while, until the council makes a decision to hire a permanent.
We applaud our police department. I know they made an arrest on a suspect in a shooting that happened several weeks ago, and it takes us all. It takes all of our law enforcement agency working together. It
did. They knew where he was at, and when I saw that they got 2 warrants for murder, I said, well, they know where he's at. They knew where he's at. They've been watching him, and it was just a matter of getting the judge to sign the warrants to go get him. And they had to negotiate with him about an hour or so, and he finally gave up, which was the best thing for him.
All right. I want to personally invite you before you go, okay?
Okay.
Ministerial associations, Sunday morning, not this coming Sunday, Sunday
Easter
week,
Sunday. No.
Mausoleum Hill, Easter sunrise service,
my daughter
6:30.
My daughter and I used to go there all the time.
Now, you come on up there. I'll save you a seat and have you a cup of coffee. And,
all right. Well, I'll be glad to.
Yeah. And
I can make it here by 7. I guess I'll make it there by 6:30.
These guys out here in the lobby, they're coming in next. They're with that organization, so they'll get you too.
Well, we need the ministerial association. We used to meet at the flagpole too at one time, but we need the ministers of this town to work together regardless of their religious beliefs.
Very quickly. Anything happening in our community as far as a new business coming that you can shed any light on or anything?
Well, nothing dramatic right now. Most of it's rebuild and facelift and everything else. And my main interest is infrastructure and all. We're still working. We're working on the north end of town on drainage and all. We got some more drainage issues we need to clear up this year.
All right. Mayor, it's always a pleasure.
Well, thank you, Jimmy Dale. I appreciate being here. It's always good to see you and your listeners.
At our age, we're just glad to be seen.
Well, you may be. Yeah, we do.
Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl, our guest this morning. Mayor's been a friend a long time, and I tell him every time I see him, hey, if you got something to say, you got an open microphone right there anytime. We appreciate your service and what you guys do for our city.
Well, we appreciate the citizens of Sylacauga. They're the ones who really make all this happen.
All right, we got more Daybreak just ahead. Don't go away.